Let's turn now to God's word, and our young wounded soldier Simeon will lead us through it, followed by Vicky, who will help us to think through the theme of resting with the one who loves us.
This reading is taken from Matthew chapter 11, verses 16 to 19 and 25 to 30. Hear the gospel of our Lord Jesus Christ according to Matthew. Glory to you, O Lord. But to what will I compare this generation? It is like children sitting in the marketplaces and calling to one another. We played the flute for you, and you did not dance. We wailed, and you did not mourn. For John came neither eating nor drinking, and they say, he has a demon. The Son of Man came eating and drinking, and they said, look, a glutton and a drunkard, a friend of tax collectors and sinners. Yet wisdom is vindicated by her deeds. Jesus thanks his Father. At that time, Jesus said, I thank you, Father, Lord of heaven and earth, because you have hidden these things from the wise and the intelligent, and have revealed them to infants. Yes, Father, for such was your gracious will. All things have been handed over to me by Father, and no one knows the Son except the Father, and no one knows the Father except the Son, and anyone to whom the Son chooses to reveal him. Come to me, all you that are weary and are carrying heavy burdens, and I will give you rest. Take my yoke upon you, and learn from me, for I am gentle and humble in heart, and you will find rest for my souls. For my yoke is easy, and my burden is light. This is the gospel of the Lord. Praise to you, O Christ.
So, good morning, St. Matthew. We have a wonderful Sunday today to celebrating that we are Sunday people. We are people that celebrate this Sunday because we are people that believe in resurrection. So it's a wonderful day. Today, before I started to say anything, I want to say thank you to Simeon for that wonderful reading. And I want to say something today in Spanish because I know him and all the teenagers in the church are learning Spanish. So I'm going to say hello today in Spanish. So, buenos días, los amo mucho y los estoy extrañando mucho. Dios los bendiga. God bless you. Okay, now I come back to English. I want to say that to them because I know they love Spanish and they always say hello to me in Spanish. So I want to say that for them today. Today is St. Matthew's Gospel. And I want to let you know that St. Matthew wrote a gospel for his people, for the Jewish people. So it's a lot about the law, about what they normally do as a law. And here in chapter 11 is no different. I want to start for an acclamation that Jesus did in his prayer. And Jesus said, I bless you, Father, Lord of heaven and earth, for hiding this thing from the educated and the clever and revealed to the simple children. Jesus made us prayer after he was talking about the Pharisees and about the leader of the church that was criticizing first the John the Baptist because didn't eat him, because was living in outside without house, and then criticize Jesus because Jesus eat and has a party with a friend, because both of them, Jesus and John, didn't cover all this thing that they have in the law. So when Jesus say, then God revealed something to the little one. What was God hidden from the wise and revealed to the little ones? Something important, because here Jesus is not only talking about the young boys and girls, but he's talking about the poor, the underprivileged, the marginalized, and the deprived. And what has God done to reveal to those people? He's not only talking about young people because was young, but he was talking about all the rest of the people that was in that category of be a leader of the church or Pharisee or people that know the law. My question is, what he revealed? What was the revelation? And yes, it's a thinking, maybe it's very simple, but it's a little bit deep. Jewish religion leader claim that to enter to God's kingdom, people need to have the full knowledge of the law that was given to Moses, and plus all the other legalism that they put in the law. But wasn't only that, a part of the full knowledge, they had to observe every one of them. So it was very difficult. Only religions, legal experts could possible to do that. The majority of people will be dismissed as ignorant and sinner and left out of that picture, because it was very difficult to know all the law and plus fulfill. But Jesus tells us that the experts, the Pharisees, the teacher of the law, how God is wrong. He has come to remove the crushing and impossible burden of the so many petty rules and regulation in the law. He said, it's not like that. I think you're taking wrong. And to each of us and the people that was there listening to him, he said, come to me. I have, the solution. You don't need to carry on, try to fulfill the law. You don't need to be overburdened, because I'm going to give you a freedom. I'm going to give you rest, or all that burden that you are taking for years. He said, I will give you rest. I love it. And maybe it's important for me, because when you grow up as a children of a priest or a children of a vicar or a pastor, you carry on the burden to have to fulfill everything that everybody says. So I understand the feeling, but I understand the feeling as well, because sometimes we follow more the law. But Jesus offer, to us, to everybody that feel dismissed as ignorant and unimportant, freedom for trying to carry such as impossible burden today. Because it's impossible to follow the law. But Jesus say, no, come to me. I had the ocean. So now Jesus said to them, we can rest in the Lord, in happiness. Following Jesus is not impossible. Loving him is not impossible. Following Jesus is not a list of things that you need to follow. Following Jesus is totally different. But Jesus goes on to say to us, my yoke is easy. My burden is light. That remove any gratification we maybe feel, isn't it? Maybe say, okay, Jesus said to follow him is easier. No, he didn't say in that way. Because we can get to Satan law and say, I relax now, and Jesus, everything is okay. No, he didn't say that. Following Christ is demanding and sometimes difficult. But the demand are no particular performance of petty man-made regulation, but something far more serious. That is the command to love God above all and our neighbor as ourselves. That is what he asking us to do. He said, love God over all and your neighbor as yourself. The command to love covers everything that really matters. Everything that really matters is condensed in that petition that he say, love the Lord and your neighbor. And everything is there. And it touched every corner of our life. What did Jesus say? Love God and your neighbor. Law are only good, and maybe Richard and all the lawyers that we have in church know that law are only good so far as they protect and foster a real love. And about the yoke that Christ mentioned in the gospel is his explanation to that. Well, as you probably know, a yoke is a piece of wood shaping to rest comfortable in the shoulder. And louder, the loud is attached to each end of the easy, so will be easy to carry on with the weight. That's the yoke. The yoke is in your shoulder, and the weight is in every corner, so the weight will be balanced. The point is that we must carry our cross and follow Jesus. That is in the end of the day, we need to carry our own cross. It's not that we are free of problem. We are free of everything. We are in paradise. We don't have problem. We have. But if we want to follow Jesus, we need to carry on our cross. And that cross mean we need to love him overall and our neighbor as ourselves. So Jesus here is telling us that with his help, we can carry the weight on our crosses. He can transform carrying our burden into a work of love. We couldn't be to do that without him. It's impossible, it's difficult. But with him assisting us, we can do what would be humanly impossible. That is love someone. It's difficult. And if you think about, if you need to love someone that has been hit you, you need to love someone that has been taking out from you the best of your life. You need to love someone that has been put you out of the life. You have to love someone that is doing something to you badly every day. You have to love someone that is no good to you. But that's God calling us to do it. In other words, he gives us the special help that we need to carry our own particular cross. So there is a beautiful history that we show a little bit what happened. And I want to try to explain to you. That history is a transformation of hard work into the labor of love. Someone seeing a lad carrying his young brother on his back, kindly say to the boy, "That is heavy load that you are carrying." To which the lad replied, "That is not a loud, that is my little brother." I love it. The first time when I hear, I say, "Oh, I think I want to tell you that." That's come from the heart and was indeed a labor of love. Was heavy. He was carrying his brother, but wasn't a loud, wasn't a heavy thing to do, was his brother. That's the kind of love that Jesus offered to us for other people. So when the big people in Israel, the Pharisees, the cold, wise leader, thought that they could reach heaven through the either complete knowledge or rule or their own effort in observing the law, Christ has a complete different approach. Jesus said, the law of love is the only way to heaven. I'm going to say that again because I love it. The law of love is the only way to heaven. The wonderful thing is that with God's help, that is possible for us to love other people. That is because it's amazing when he say, and I want to repeat that, that is what he been revealed to us, a little one. That's what he revealed to us. The kind of love that we can make us free of the law. And Jesus said, come to me, all of you who are weary and burdened, and I will give you rest. Take my yoke up on you and learn from me, for I am gentle and humble in my heart. And you will find rest for your soul, for my yoke is easy and my burden is light. I love that version. I love it. We all know that one. I'm going to read that one that I find in a Messenger. And I find that's the way to describe exactly what Jesus tried to say to us today. Say, are you tired? Worn out? Burning out of religion? Come to me. Get away with me, and you will recover your life. I will show you how to take a real rest. Work with me and work with me. Watch how I do it. Learn the natural tempos of the grace. I won't like anything having or ill fighting on you. Keep company with me, and you will learn to live free and lightly. When I read that, I said, wow, I know how to preach, but I need to preach, so I read it first. I read it in the end, because I want to say to you, Jesus knows that we are tired of many laws, a law of men, only rejecting us, only put us outside. But the love of God is a love of love. And he wants we love one another. He wants we take care. And we was studying this week about Genesis. When God asking Cain about his brother, and he say he don't know. I want to repeat that today. We need to care. We need to care our brother and sister. We are keeper of our brother and sister. We need to be keeper of them in love, because he loved us. So that's what the revelation of the little one. Then we can be close to heaven, only loving God and loving our brother and sister. The point is that it's difficult. It's difficult to love. It's difficult even to love your husband or your brother or your mom and your sister. But don't do it alone. Call Jesus in the middle, because he said, come to me. Come to me. And I'm going to give you a rest. You don't have to deal with the burden. Do it with me. Coming to Jesus, he has to give you a rest in love, a rest what he really has been giving to us. Let's ask to God that today we broken the law. Don't do the same because people say, do it because Jesus is calling you to love one another. God bless you.